Matteo DeLuca brought his tattooed hand down on the dinner table, hard enough to silence 30 people. "Touch her again," he said quietly, "and this agreement ends before dessert." Claire Bennett stood behind him with red wine soaking through one white glove, her pulse beating against the thin wedding band hidden underneath. No one in the Moretti dining room knew the truth. Not Bianca Moretti, smiling from the opposite end of the table. Not the family advisors watching Matteo like men waiting for a throne to crack. Not even the servers moving beneath the chandeliers with their eyes lowered. 6 weeks earlier, Claire had married the most feared man in the city. Tonight, she was carrying his wine. The kitchen behind her smelled of brown butter, industrial bleach, and coffee burned down to tar. Her feet ached inside black shoes bought for $29 at a discount store. Every few minutes, she tugged the cuff of her glove higher, making sure the ring stayed covered. Matteo had given her one rule before they entered the Moretti estate. No matter what happens, no one can know. He had stood beside the black SUV in a charcoal suit. His collar opened just enough to show the dark ink climbing the left side of his neck. More tattoos disappear beneath his cuffs and cross his fingers like old promises. "That includes Bianca?" Claire had asked, "especially Bianca. And when she treats me like hired help." Matteo's jaw tightened. "Tonight, you are hired help." The words had hurt more than she expected, maybe because, lately, their marriage had stopped feeling entirely fate. It had begun as a contract. Matteo erased the debt attached to Claire's late father's name. In return, she became his legal wife for 1 year, giving him control of a family trust his uncles wanted to seize. It was clean on paper. Nothing about Matteo was clean in real life. Still, he never entered her room without knocking. He remembered she hated cream in her coffee. When nightmares woke her, he sat outside her door without asking questions. Claire had seen the softness he hid from everyone else, and that made tonight more dangerous than any threat. She was not here only to protect Matteo's claim. Somewhere inside the Moretti house was a ledger proving her father had never stolen a dime. Someone had forged the debt that ruined him, and Claire believed Bianca's family had the answer. She lifted another tray and stepped into the dining room. Crystal caught the light. Expensive tobacco hung beneath the scent of roasted beef and perfume. Matteo sat at the center of the long table, still as stone, while Bianca leaned toward him in emerald silk. Her hand rested far too comfortably beside his. Claire approached with a bottle. Bianca looked up, studied her face, then smiled slowly. Recognition sharpened her eyes. "Claire Bennett," she said, loud enough for the nearest guest to hear. "I wondered where you disappeared to." Claire kept pouring. "Good evening, Bianca." Bianca glanced at the uniform, the cheap shoes, the white gloves. "How fitting," she murmured. "Your father stole from my family, and now you serve it." Claire's hand stopped for half a second. Across the table, Matteo's tattooed fingers closed around his glass. Beneath her glove, the hidden ring pressed into her skin. Then Bianca reached for Claire's wrist and pulled the cuff down. Gold flashed beneath the chandelier. The room went silent. Bianca stared at the ring. Matteo rose slowly from his chair. Claire realized the secret marriage had just become the most dangerous thing in the house. For one long second, nobody moved. Bianca still had the fingers hooked beneath Claire's glove, and the thin gold band caught the chandelier light like a warning. Matteo came around the table without rushing. That was the part that frightened people most. He never hurried. He crossed the room with the calm weight of a man who expected every obstacle to move. Before he reached it, the dark tattoo along the left side of his neck showed above his open collar, while black ink covered the backs of his hands and disappeared beneath his cuffs. "Let go of her," he said. Bianca released Claire's wrist, but her smile stayed in place. "I was only curious." Matteo stopped beside Claire, close enough that the heat of him cut through the chill in her skin. "Curiosity gets expensive in this family." Vittorio Moretti set down his fork. "Matteo." His voice carried the warning of an older man used to being obeyed. "This is dinner, not a street argument. then teach your daughter some manners." Claire pulled her glove back into place, covering the ring. Her face felt warm, but she refused to look down. Bianca leaned against the table, studying her with open amusement. "That ring looks familiar." Claire met her eyes. "A lot of rings look alike, not that one." Bianca's gaze shifted toward Matteo. "My grandmother wore the same family crest." A murmur passed around the table. Matteo did not deny it. He reached for Claire's wine bottle instead, taking it from her hand with a quiet care that did not match the tension in his face. "You are done serving this side of the room. I can handle it," Claire said. His eyes dropped to hers. "I know." The answer was soft enough that only she heard it. That made it worse, or better. She could not tell anymore. Bianca laughed under her breath. "How touching." Then she raised her voice. "Does your staff usually wear family jewelry, Matteo?" Claire felt the room turn toward her again. Every chair seemed occupied by someone measuring her value. Her narrow black dress suddenly fell to plain, her shoes to cheap, her whole life to visible. She remembered her father at the kitchen table years earlier, staring at a stack of notices while rain struck the windows. He had sworn he never stole from the Morettis. Claire had believed him then. She believed him now. "My father did not take your money," she said. Vittorio's expression hardened. "This is not the place. You made it the place when your daughter brought him up." Matteo looked at Claire, and something shifted behind his eyes. Pride, maybe fear, definitely. Bianca stepped closer. Her perfume was sharp and expensive, filling the small space between them. "Your father signed the debt himself." "No," Claire said. "Someone signed it for him." The room went still again. This silence felt different, less social, more dangerous. At the far end of the table, Nico Bellanti stopped lifting his glass. Claire noticed. Matteo noticed her noticing. Bianca's smile faded by 1 degree. "That is a serious accusation. Then you should not be afraid of the records." Vittorio rose slowly. "Enough." Matteo placed one tattooed hand on the back of Claire's chair, not touching her, but standing between her and the rest of the table. "She stays." Vittorio stared at him. "Why?" Before Matteo could answer, Claire saw something beneath the linen near Bianca's place setting. A small brass key had fallen beside the table leg, stamped with the Moretti archive crest. She lowered her eyes for only a second. That was all it took. She knew where the proof was now. The harder question was whether Matteo would let her go after it alone. Claire waited until the first course was cleared before she moved. The brass key was still lying beneath the table, half hidden by the linen and the polished toe of Bianca's shoe. She stepped forward with a fresh bottle of wine, bent as if to collect a fallen napkin, and closed her fingers around the key. It was cold and heavier than it looked. When she stood, Matteo was watching her. His face did not change, but the tattooed fingers resting beside his plate went still. Claire gave him the smallest shake of her head. "Not yet." Around them, the dinner resumed with forced laughter and the scrape of silverware against china. Vittorio began talking about business as if the last 5 minutes had never happened. "The city council vote is next Thursday," he said. "After that, there will be no more delays." Luca DeLuca leaned back in his chair. "You mean no more excuses?" Vittorio smiled without warmth. "Call it whatever helps you sleep." Bianca reached for Matteo's sleeve again. This time, he moved his arm before she touched him. Her smile tightened. Claire poured wine for a man near the end of the table and tried not to look at Matteo. She could feel him anyway. He had that effect on her room. Even seated, he seemed to take up more space than everyone else. Dark hair swept neatly back, black ink rising along the left side of his neck, more of it visible across his hands whenever he lifted his glass. He looked controlled. Claire knew better. She had seen him sit outside her bedroom at 2 in the morning because he heard her crying and did not want her to wait alone. She had seen him carry groceries into the kitchen without saying a word because he noticed. She had skipped dinner. That version of him did not exist here. Here, he was Matteo DeLuca, and tenderness could be used against him. A server appeared behind Luca with a bottle Claire did not recognize. The man's uniform matched the others, but his shoes did not. The staff wore black slip-resistant soles. His were polished leather. Claire watched him fill Luca's glass. A faint, bitter scent reached her when he leaned past. Almonds. Her stomach tightened. She set down her bottle. Luca, she said. He looked up. Do not drink that. The words came out too sharp. Conversation stopped again. The server froze. Bianca turned slowly. Excuse me. Claire reached for the glass, but Vittorio's hand closed around its stem first. What exactly are you suggesting? Matteo rose from his chair. Let her speak. Claire looked at the server. His face had gone pale. He is not part of your regular staff. The man stepped back. One of Matteo's guards moved toward the door, but Matteo lifted a hand, keeping the room calm. No shouting, no panic, just pressure. Your name, Matteo said. The server swallowed. Daniel. Claire pointed to his shoes. The kitchen requires rubber soles. He is wearing dress shoes. He also served from a bottle that was not on the service cart. Luca stared at the untouched glass, and the smell. Claire nodded. Wrong for this wine. Vittorio looked furious, but not surprised enough. That was what scared her. Bianca's eyes shifted toward Nico Bellondi, only for a second. Matteo saw it. His jaw hardened. The room seemed to shrink around them. Claire realized the dinner was not only about her father's debt anymore. Someone inside both families had arranged this night carefully. The insult, the ring, the wrong bottle, maybe even the key. Matteo stepped in front of Claire, placing himself between her and every dangerous face in the room. Nobody leaves, he said. His voice stayed quiet, but the command settled over the table like winter. Then the lights went out. In the darkness, Claire heard a chair scrape, glass break, and a man whispered near the wall, Luca will not make it to midnight. The room vanished into blackness. Claire heard Matteo move before she saw him. 1 second she was standing beside the table, and the next his arm was across her, pushing her behind the solid line of his body. Stay close, he said. His voice was low, almost calm, but she felt the tension in it. Somewhere near the wall, a chair scraped hard across the floor. Someone cursed. Glass rolled beneath the table and struck a chair leg. Claire could smell spilled wine, hot wax from the candles, and the faint sharp trace of the unfamiliar bottle. Luca, she called. I am here, he answered from the far end of the room. Matteo did not move away from her. His tattooed hand found her wrist in the dark, careful but firm. The contact steadied her more than she wanted to admit. Did you hear where the voice came from? He asked. Near the west wall, behind Vittorio. You are sure? Yes, emergency lights flickered on, washing the room in a dim red glow. Matteo stood directly in front of Claire. His black suit turned into a hard shadow. The tattoo on the left side of his neck darker beneath the strange light. His other hand stayed open at his side, not reaching for anything, but ready. Around the table, everyone looked different now. Less polished, more honest. Bianca was standing beside her chair, with one hand pressed to her chest. Vittorio looked furious. Nico Bellondi was near the wall Claire had pointed to. His expression controlled a little too carefully. The false server was gone. Where is Daniel? Luca asked. Nobody answered. Claire looked down. The wine glass in front of Luca was still untouched, but the bottle had disappeared. He took it, she said. Nico turned toward her. You cannot know that. It was beside the glass before the lights went out. Then perhaps one of the staff removed it. Claire met his eyes. During a blackout, Matteo glanced at Nico, and the silence between them carried years of trust beginning to crack. Vittorio slammed his palm against the table. This dinner is over. No, Matteo said. It is not. His voice did not rise. It did not need to. Someone brought a stranger into this house. Someone changed my brother's drink. Someone cut the lights. Bianca gave a brittle laugh. And now the waitress is running the investigation. Claire felt the insult hit. But this time, it did not land the same way. Matteo was still standing in front of her. Luca was alive because she had spoken. The brass archive key pressed into her palm beneath the white glove. She looked at Bianca. I am the only person in this room who noticed. Bianca stepped toward her. You are forgetting your place. She reached for Claire's arm. Matteo shifted instantly, blocking the space between them. Do not touch her. The words came out cold enough to stop Bianca where she stood. For one dangerous second, Claire thought he was going to expose everything. She saw it in the way his jaw tightened, in the way his tattooed fingers curled. In the fury he was forcing down, she gave him a small shake of her head. Not yet. He understood. That hurt too. Claire turned toward the service cart. The kitchen may still have the delivery record for that bottle. I will come with you, Matteo said. You cannot, Claire. If we leave together, everyone will know there is more between us than there should be. Matteo stared at her. There is. The answer was so quiet it nearly disappeared beneath the hum of the emergency lights. Claire's chest tightened. Then she saw Nico watching them, waiting, calculating. She forced herself to step away from Matteo's protection. Give me 5 minutes, she said. 3, 4. His mouth almost softened. Almost. 4. Claire walked toward the kitchen alone, every eye following her. As she passed the west wall, she noticed a narrow door, hidden behind a velvet curtain. The brass lock bore the same crest as the key in her glove. Before she could reach it, Nico's voice came from behind her. You should have stayed invisible, Miss Bennett. Claire stopped with one hand resting against the velvet curtain. Nico Bellotti stood 3 feet behind her, his silver tie perfectly straight, his face calm in the red emergency light. He looked like the same man who had brought her coffee the morning after she married Matteo, the same man who had called her father's debt unfortunate. Now his eyes held no warmth at all. Invisible people hear things, Claire said, that makes them useful. It also makes them disposable. Nico glanced toward the dining room. You should go back to the kitchen before Matteo mistakes concern for loyalty. Claire kept her breathing even. Beneath her glove, the brass key pressed into her palm. Is that what you did? His expression shifted. Barely. What exactly are you accusing me of? Nothing yet. She pulled the curtain aside. I am still collecting facts. Nico stepped closer, but voices rose from the dining room before he could stop her. Matteo was demanding the estate security logs. Luca was asking why the backup generator had failed. Claire used the noise to slide the key into the lock. It turned with a soft click. Nico's hand closed around the edge of the door. That room belongs to Vittorio. Then he should have kept the key somewhere safer. Claire pushed inside and shut the door before Nico could follow. The space beyond smelled of old paper, lemon polish, and the dry heat of electronics. It was not a wine cellar or a storage closet. It was a private office. Shelves covered the walls from floor to ceiling. Financial records sat in labeled boxes. A narrow desk held family photographs, shipping reports, and a black leather ledger. Claire's pulse jumped. She crossed the room and opened it. The first pages were ordinary expenses, property taxes, donations, legal retainers. Then she found her father's name, Thomas Bennett. Beside it was a debt for $800,000. Dated to weeks after his death, Claire stared until the numbers blurred. Her father could not have signed it. The signature at the bottom looked close enough to fool a stranger. But Claire knew the way he wrote his capital T. This one was wrong. Her throat tightened. I knew it, she whispered. A second folder lay beneath the ledger. Inside were bank statements connected to a Moretti charity Bianca had managed. The missing money had not gone to Claire's father. It had moved through 3 private accounts and ended in a failed luxury development outside Atlantic City. Bianca's name appeared on every approval. Claire took out her phone and photographed each page. Then she saw another file. DeLuca. Her hands went cold. The folder contained schedules, meeting notes, and copies of private correspondence from Matteo's office. Some documents were less than a month old. Only a few people had access to them. Claire turned the final page and found Nico's initials beside a series of payments. The door opened behind her. She spun around. Matteo stepped inside and locked it again. His dark hair had fallen slightly out of place, and the tattoo along his neck stood out against his tense skin. For minutes, he said, "You promised me 4." Claire held up the folder. "Your traitor has been sitting at your table." Matteo took one look at Nico's initials. Something in his face closed. "How long?" "At least 3 years." "And your father?" Claire handed him the forged record. "He never owed them anything." Matteo studied the page, then looked at her. For once, he had no command ready. "Claire, I am sorry." She laughed once, but there was no humor in it. "You knew someone inside your family was selling information. I knew there was a leak, and you still brought me here. I thought I could control the risk. You thought you could control everything." He stepped closer, then stopped before touching her. His tattooed hand opened at his side. "Not you." The words landed harder than an apology. Claire wanted to believe him. That was the problem. Matteo removed the folded handkerchief from his pocket and offered it to her. She had not noticed the wine drying across her wrist where Bianca had pulled down the glove. "You are hurt," he said. "I am angry." "You can be both." His voice softened. "You usually are." Claire took the cloth, their fingers brushing for less than a second. The small contact sent a quiet ache through her chest. Then the lock clicked behind them. Matteo turned. The handle would not move. A thin gray ribbon began slipping beneath the door, carrying the bitter smell of smoke. From the hallway, Nico spoke through the wood. Some records should stay buried. Smoke curled beneath the door and thin gray fingers. Matteo crossed the room and tried the handle again, but the lock held. "Step back," he said. Claire did not. She was already scanning the office, looking past the shelves, the desk, the framed photographs. There has to be another way out. "Claire, you can order people around later." She pulled open a cabinet and found nothing but old account books. The air was changing fast. It tasted bitter now, dry enough to scrape the back of her throat. Matteo removed his jacket and pressed it against the bottom of the door to slow the smoke. Without it, the black ink across his hands and wrists was fully visible, climbing beneath the sleeves of his white shirt. The tattoo along the left side of his neck seemed darker as he turned toward the wall. "Vent," he said. A narrow metal grate sat above the desk. Nearly 8 feet from the floor, Claire dragged a chair beneath it. "I can fit." "No, Matteo. Look at me." He did. His face was controlled, but she saw the fear beneath it, not panic, something quieter, something personal. "You are taking the files," he said. "You are going through the vent and you are finding Luca. And you?" "I will find another way." "That is not an answer. It is the only one you need." Claire climbed onto the chair. Matteo steadied it with one tattooed hand, but she could feel the tension in his grip. She reached the grate and pulled. It did not move. "It is screwed in." Matteo searched the desk, found a heavy metal letter opener, and handed it up to her. "Use this." She worked at the edge of the grate while smoke thickened near the ceiling. Her eyes watered. Behind her, Matteo coughed once and tried to hide it. "You knew this could happen," she said. "Not this, but something." Silence. The grate loosened. Claire looked down at him. "Was I ever more than part of the plan?" Matteo stared up at her, dark hair falling across his forehead, his calm finally beginning to crack. "At the beginning?" he said. "No." The honesty hurt, but she stayed still. "And now?" He looked toward the smoke pressing beneath the jacket, then back at her. "Now I wake up listening for your footsteps in the hall." Claire forgot the grate for 1 second. Matteo continued, his voice rougher. "Now I know which coffee mug you reach for when you are tired. I know you pretend not to be cold because you hate asking for anything. I know you leave the porch light on when Luca is late." He took a breath. "I stopped counting the days left in our contract a long time ago." Claire's chest tightened. "You could have told me. Men in my family do not survive by explaining what they love. Maybe that is why none of you know how to keep it." The grate came free in her hands. Matteo lifted her higher, and she pushed the folder into the vent first. "Go," he said. Claire climbed halfway inside, then stopped. I am not leaving you. You are not dying in this room because you married me. I am not dying in this room at all. She looked back toward the desk. A brass floor lamp stood beside it, its base thick and solid. Help me down. Matteo's expression hardened. Claire, trust me once. That stopped him. He lowered her carefully. Together, they pulled the lamp free and drove its base against the electronic lock housing. The first strike cracked the panel. The second sent a shower of harmless sparks across the floor. On the third, the mechanism released with a sharp click. Matteo pulled the door open, but a burst of heat and smoke rolled in from the hallway. He turned immediately, wrapping his body around Claire and shielding her with his arms. Glass from a nearby frame shattered against the wall. Matteo flinched, but he did not let go. Move, he said near her ear. They ran into the corridor, Claire clutching the folder to her chest. At the far end, emergency lights flashed over empty walls. Matteo's sleeve was scorched near the forearm, and his breathing had gone shallow. Claire reached for him. You are hurt. Later. Matteo. He looked at her then, and for 1 second there was no boss, no family, no contract, only a man who had believed he might lose his wife. From the dining room came Bianca's voice, sharp with panic. Then Luca shouted, Matteo. They turned toward the sound. Through the open doorway, Bianca stood beside Luca with one hand hidden beneath the white tablecloth. Her face pale and desperate. Everyone else had backed away. Matteo stepped in front of Claire again. Stay behind me. Claire saw the fear in Bianca's eyes and realized this was no longer a dinner. It was a family choosing who it was willing to betray. Matteo entered the dining room first, with Claire close behind him and the smoke from the hallway clinging to both of them. The room had lost every trace of elegance. Chairs stood crooked. Wine spread across the white tablecloth in dark stains. Luca was frozen beside his place, while Bianca held one hand beneath the table, her shoulders rigid and her face stripped of color. Take your hand out slowly, Matteo said. His voice was quiet, but every person in the room obeyed the silence around it. Bianca looked at him, then at Claire. This is her fault. Claire stepped to the side so she could see Luca clearly. Move away from him, Bianca. Do not tell me what to do. Then listen to Matteo. Bianca's mouth twisted. You think standing behind him makes you important. Matteo's scorched sleeve brushed Claire's arm as he shifted in front of her. The tattoos across his hand darkened when his fingers tightened against the edge of the table. Claire does not need me to make her important. Bianca laughed, but the sound broke in the middle. She is a servant wearing borrowed confidence. Claire felt the old shame rise in her chest. The cheap shoes, the uniform, her father's name spoken like a stain. For years, she had learned to survive by making herself smaller. Tonight, she was done shrinking. She placed the folder on the table. Your charity money never disappeared, Claire said. You moved it. Vittorio's face changed. What is she talking about? She is lying, Bianca snapped. The records are in that folder. So is the debt your family attached to my father after he died. Claire looked directly at Vittorio. He could not sign a document till weeks after his funeral. A low murmur passed through the room. Bianca finally pulled her hand from beneath the table. She held a small pistol, but her grip was unsteady, and the barrel pointed toward the floor. Matteo moved half a step forward, placing his body fully between Claire and the weapon. Set it down, he said. You do not understand, Bianca whispered. Nico said this would fix everything. Luca's eyes hardened. Nico arranged the bottle. Bianca glanced toward the doorway. That was answer enough. He said Luca would get sick. The families would blame each other, and my father would finally stop treating me like a disappointment. Vittorio stared at his daughter as if seeing a stranger. You risked all of us for money. I was trying to save my place. By destroying mine, Claire heard footsteps in the hall. Nico had not gone far. Matteo heard them too. He kept his eyes on Bianca. Put it on the table. Her hand trembled. And then what? You walk away with her while everyone pretends she belongs here. Bianca's gaze cut toward Claire. Look at her. She is still wearing the uniform. She is still just the help. The insult landed in the center of the room and stayed there. Claire did not look down. She did not reach for Matteo. She simply held Bianca's stare. Matteo turned his head slightly, showing the black tattoo climbing the left side of his neck. "No," he said. Bianca's expression tightened. Matteo reached for Claire's gloved hand. He did not pull. He waited. Claire understood the choice he was giving her. She placed her hand in his. Carefully, he drew off the white glove and revealed the gold band beneath it. The room went completely still. Matteo lifted her hand where everyone could see it. "She is my wife." Vittorio took one step back. Luca let out a stunned breath. Bianca stared at the ring as if it had erased the floor beneath her. Claire felt Matteo's thumb brush once across her knuckles, small and steady. He had just broken the agreement, challenged the Moretti alliance, and exposed the one person his enemies could use against him. He had done it without hesitation. Bianca lowered the weapon onto the table. Then Nico appeared in the doorway behind them, his suit dusted with ash, his calm smile finally gone. "That was a beautiful gesture," he said. "It also cost you the DeLuca family." Nico stepped into the dining room as if he still belonged there. Smoke clung to his suit, and a thin streak of ash marked one side of his face. But his voice remained calm. "The DeLuca charter requires council approval for marriage," he said. Matteo ignored it. "That means his authority can be challenged tonight." The older men seated along the table exchanged uneasy looks. Matteo did not release Claire's hand. His scorched sleeve had darkened near the wrist, and the black tattoos across his fingers stood out against her pale skin. "You arranged an attack on my brother," he said. "You locked my wife inside a burning room." "Your wife?" Nico gave a cold smile. 6 weeks ago, she was a debt with a signature. "Do not pretend this began as love." Claire felt Matteo's hand tighten once. Nico had chosen the one truth that could hurt them both. Vittorio looked toward Matteo. "Is that true?" Matteo did not answer immediately. Claire could hear the emergency fans humming through the walls. The dining room smelled of smoke, wine, and expensive tobacco. Bianca stood near the table with both hands visible now, her confidence gone. Luca moved beside Claire, placing himself between Bianca and the nearest exit. Nico opened his arms. "Tell them, Matteo. Tell the council you marry her to secure the trust. Call the agreement invalid, and perhaps they will let you keep your chair." Claire looked at Matteo. He could end the danger with a sentence. He could say she had only been a legal arrangement. The debt would remain cleared. Her father's records could still be restored. Matteo could keep his family, his position, and the power he had spent his entire life protecting. She slowly pulled her hand from his. "You do not owe me this," she said. His eyes met hers. "That is the first true thing anyone has said tonight." Matteo reached into his pocket and removed the heavy signet ring. That marked him as head of the DeLuca family. He placed it on the table. The sound was small, but it silenced the room. The marriage began as a contract. He said. Claire's chest tightened. He turned toward the council. "It is not one now." Nico's smile disappeared. Matteo continued, "If keeping that ring requires me to call my wife a lie, then the ring belongs to someone else." Luca stepped forward first. "Not to him." He pointed at Nico. "Claire saved my life tonight. Nico tried to use it to start a war." One of the councilmen frowned. "That is an accusation, not proof." Claire placed the folder beside Matteo's signet ring. Her hands were steady now. Then read page 12. She opened the file and turned it toward them. "These payments match the dates private DeLuca's schedules reached the Morettis. The approval initials belong to Nico Bellondi." Nico laughed once. "Initials can be copied, so can signatures." Claire replied, "That is how Bianca placed $800,000 of her losses under my dead father's name." Vittorio looked sharply at his daughter. Bianca lowered her eyes. Claire turned another page. "The same private account paid the false server who approached Luca tonight. I do not know what Nico promised Bianca, But the records show he needed both families frightened enough to accept his control. The councilmen began reading, quietly at first, then with growing anger. Nico moved toward the folder, but Matteo stepped into his path. He did not threaten him. He only stood there, tattooed hands relaxed at his sides. Making the choice clear, Luca called the estate security team. Escort Nico out. Keep him somewhere safe until the attorneys and investigators arrive. Nico stared at Matteo. You are handing family business to outsiders. No, Matteo said. I am ending the habit of burying every betrayal until it poisons the next generation. Nico was led from the room without a struggle. Vittorio sank into his chair, suddenly looking older. Bianca remained silent. One by one, the DeLuca councilmen turned toward Claire. The eldest closed the folder and pushed Matteo's signet ring back across the table. Your wife has more courage than most men who have sat here. Matteo did not pick up the ring. He looked at Claire instead. She understood then. He had already made his choice. The family was only deciding whether it deserved to keep him. By the time the sky began to pale beyond the tall windows, the dining room had gone quiet. The smoke was gone, but its smell remained in the curtains, mixed with cold coffee, spilled wine, and the bitter trace of a night that had changed every person in the room. Matteo stood at the head of the table with his suit jacket folded over one arm. The scorched edge of his sleeve had been cut away, exposing more of the black tattoos along his wrist and hand. The mark on the left side of his neck disappeared beneath his open collar, no longer hidden for the sake of appearances. Claire stood across from him in the same black uniform, her hair loosened, her white gloves gone. The gold ring on her finger was visible now. So was the exhaustion on her face. Everyone else had left. Luca had gone with the council. Vittorio had taken Bianca upstairs to wait for the authorities and the family attorneys. For the first time that night, Matteo and Claire were alone. Matteo looked at the signet ring still resting on the table. They gave it back, Claire said. They decided you should stay. That is not what I asked. No. She watched him carefully. You asked what it would cost to tell the truth. Matteo lifted his eyes to hers. And now I know. Claire removed her wedding ring. His expression did not change, but his tattooed fingers tightened around the back of a chair. She placed the thin band beside the DeLuca's signet. The debt is gone. She said, my father's name will be cleared. The contract did what it was supposed to do. Matteo nodded once. You are free. The words were steady. His voice was not. Claire felt the weight of them. 6 weeks earlier, he had offered her protection because it solved a legal problem. Tonight, he was giving her the one thing powerful men almost never gave freely. A way out. Do you want me to leave? She asked. Matteo looked toward the windows. Morning light touched the sharp lines of his face and turned the dark ink on his skin charcoal gray. Wanting is not the same as having the right to ask. That sounds like something you learned tonight. I learned it from you. Claire stayed silent. Matteo crossed the room, but stopped several feet away, leaving space between them. I spent my life believing protection meant standing in front of people, he said, making decisions before anyone could question them. Keeping secrets because I thought fear was safer than trust. He glanced at the burned hallway. All I did was place you inside dangers you did not understand. You also stood between me and every person in that room. That was the easy part. His eyes met hers. The harder part was admitting you had the right to choose whether I was worth standing beside. Claire looked down at the 2 rings on the table. One represented power. The other had begun as a contract. Both had demanded a price. You were ready to lose your family for me. She said, no. Matteo's answer came quietly. I was ready to lose a position that required me to become someone you could not respect. Claire felt something shift inside her, not like rescue, not like surrender, like recognition. She picked up the wedding band and slid it back onto her finger. Matteo did not touch her. He waited. I am not staying because you paid my father's debt. She said, I know. I am not staying because I need your protection. I know that too. Claire stepped closer. I am staying because when power asked you to lie, you finally chose the truth. Matteo released a slow breath. And what happens when I forget? I remind you. Months later, Claire entered a DeLuca family dinner wearing a simple black dress instead of a uniform. A young server dropped a glass near the doorway and froze. Terrified by the silence, Claire crossed the room, knelt, and helped her gather the pieces. No one laughed. No one called the girl careless. Matteo watched from the head of the table, the tattoos on his hands visible as he set his glass down. That was the change Claire had forced into the family. Not softness, not weakness, accountability. Matteo had once believed power meant making people afraid to touch what belonged to him. Claire taught him that love was not ownership, protection was not control, and honor was not something a man inherited with a name. It was the choice he made when telling the truth cost him everything, and he told it anyway.